All right, lesson 116 is a pretty cool lesson. We're going to talk about factoring algebraic expressions. Now, when we talk about algebraic expressions, they're going to be classified as either monomials or polynomials. So the monomials, these would be algebraic expressions that contain only one term. The polynomials, those would have two or more terms. So the polynomials can be classified a little bit more specifically. Binomials, these have two terms. Trinomials, they have three terms. So when we factor, we are breaking the term down into the prime factors. Okay, so if I have 6x squared y cubed, okay, I'm going to break that down into the prime factors. So 6 would become 2 times 3. X squared would be xx. Y cubed, y. So that is a monomial. To factor a polynomial, okay, so we're going to find the greatest common factor of the terms, and then we're going to write the polynomial as the product of the greatest common factor and the remaining polynomial. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at each term individually. Let's break it down into the prime factors. So here, this 3x squared y, 3 is prime. So I have xx, y, plus my 6 would become 2 times 3, x, and y squared would become y. Okay, let's see what they have in common. Okay, they both have a 3. So I'm going to write that 3 and cross it off on each one. Okay, now I have to look and see what else they have in common. They both have an x. So I'm going to write that x, cross it off. They also both have a y. So let's write that y. Cross it off. Okay, so I found their common factors, or the greatest common factors of the terms. So I'm going to be multiplying that by whatever is left from this binomial here. So what do I have left here? I have 1 times 1 times x times 1. Well, all I have left is an x. I still have my plus sign. What do I have left here? I have a 2 and a y. I have now factored that binomial, and that's my answer. Okay, so let's factor just this monomial. So I have 12a squared b cubed c. So again, I'm going to break it down into primes. So 12, that would become 2 times 2 times 3. And then my a squared, a, b cubed, b, and I have 1c. And there's my answer. Okay, let's factor. Here we have a trinomial. So let's take this down into its primes. So 6, 2 times 3, a squared, a, and then b, plus 4 is 2 times 2, a, b squared is b, plus, well, this one's already in prime form, 2ab. Okay, let's see what they have in common. This has to be common to all of them. So I can see they all have a 2. Cross that off in each one of them. No other numbers are found in all 3 of them. So let's look at letters. They do all have an A. Cross that off in each term. And they do all have a B. Cross that off in each term. So let's see what I have left. So again, I put my parentheses. So in this first term, I have 1 times 3 times 1 times a times 1. That leaves me with 3a plus, what do I have here? I have a 2 and a b and a plus. Okay, now I come across where I've already crossed everything off. Well, what do I have left? I have 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. Okay, so there would be my factored trinomial. Okay, how about this one? This one's a little bit longer. This is also your last one for this lesson. So let's break this down into primes. So 6a squared b cubed, that would be 2 times 3, a for a squared, b cubed, plus 9, which is 3 times 3, a cubed, b squared, plus 3, a squared, b squared. Okay, so you can see all I did was wrote that out as prime factors. Now let's see about common factors. Okay, all three terms have a 3. Looks like they all have 2 a's. So a squared for 2 a's. A. Looks like they also all have 2 b's. So b squared. BB. Okay, I do believe that's all the common factors, so let's add our parentheses. So what do I have left here? I have 2b. So 2, I'm just double checking, 2b plus, what do I have here? I have a 3a plus, okay, here everything is crossed off, so that means 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, which gives me a 1. So there is my factored trinomial. Okay, have a great time working on lesson 116.